Good morning. I just wanted to show the next deck that I got printed. First, I got this one printed from MakePlayingCards.com, and these cards and this here I got just arrived late yesterday, and they're from theGameCrafter. And in the background, I'll pick this up. In the background, you see all the decks that I've gotten in the past from the GameCrafter. Two of the Pam's Vintage Tarots. Strangely, they're not the same size. That's weird. They look the same. This seems wider, doesn't it? It's probably just the box. And I got two of those, and the Shadow Elemental Tarot, the Cephalopod Tarot. Well, you know, how can you not get a tarot that's about octopus? And then the Ancient Lenormand and Rune cards, this tiny little thing that comes in a bag. I'm not sure how it comes in a bag from the GameCrafter. I guess there are things that you can do that I didn't notice during the setup, like to make an order or to have cards printed. I didn't notice a bag, but they have so many options on the GameCrafter because they also do board games and pieces like dice and all kinds of stuff. That seems to be more what they're about instead of just the typical printing of cards and art and books. But I guess they can do all those things. Also got the Ashura Tarot, which is much larger than these others. But I'll put that out of the way. But that's what I've had in the past up until I ordered these and got them printed. And as you can see, it's about $20, so they are cheaper. Their interface, in terms of user interface and creating a deck, is a bit annoying because you got to proof everything, which really means you just stare at it and say it's okay, which I did and got through it. And again, I did the same thing I did with MakePlayingCards. I did the 1909 Pam A images, at least I think that's what they are. But on mine, they're just another copy of what my grandmother did for me long ago. No text, no numbers. And with the GameCrafter, I'm not 100% sure of this, but it looks like you only have one card type of card stock, that is 12 point, which is one way to measure it, like the thickness. And then the other way to measure it is the GSM. They're 305 black core matte finish, I guess. And they do come in random order. They were well shuffled, I'll give them that. Whereas the MakePlayingCards, they came exactly in the order that I placed them up there. But we'll get to this in a second. This is just an extra card where I'm writing the information so I remember what I did. We'll get to this in a second, but it's obvious from looking at the backs of these cards that at least the backs are misaligned when they were cut or printed. I'm guessing printed, because the fronts seem to be okay. I don't know. But anyway, and the book that's underneath here is, I'm kind of thinking about this for the next one, even though there's a lot of cards in here. But there's poetry, like you get a poem and then you get what basically could be the Fool card, you know, staff, dog, falling down wall. I guess that's a dog. I don't know, maybe that's a cat and a dog. I'm not sure. I'm thinking about redoing these without the fancy borders, just for me. And with more color maybe, because you can see they just kind of have the one color. But I don't know that these are public domain exactly. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't matter for personal use. I have the book, so I don't know. I might do that next. Maybe. But it came in this box from the GameCrafter, which appears to be somewhere in Wisconsin, Madison, Wisconsin. And what the heck is Shippo? Is that the Missing Marx Brothers? Groucho, Harpo, Chico, and Shippo. I don't know. And they just came in this bag because I didn't opt for one of these boxes and have to do that kind of art. But here are the cards, and they are thinner than the ones from MakePlayingCards. So that's what they look like. And I'll show you why I think they're misprinted in a way. I think I've had too much coffee. Let's see. Let's take these. And there were no extra cards with this. So let's do this. Kind of line them up and then flip them open. And as I do that, you can see the edge, the left-hand edge changes. It disappears completely here on this card. But yet, when I compare them, or do the same thing for MakePlayingCards. Oh, here's my list, by the way. I'll just put that in there somewhere. You can also see a color difference, or I can't. I don't know how obvious it is on the thing there. Let's pick it up. Let's see if we can get these on here at the same time. The MakePlayingCards one is not as dark. It's also got no alignment issues in terms of the backs. Because if you fan them out, they're very consistent, both sides, top and bottom. And they'll make that, because of the way I did it improperly, they'll make that little diagonal, which I find interesting. So let's compare this fool to this fool. And if I line them up, they appear to be cut correctly on the front. These you can maybe see it, maybe not. There's a linen. You pay I forget how much per card, but it's not very much. You pay a little bit extra for the linen that gets, it's not a real linen, but it gets put on there and gives it that, I don't know, they slide better, shuffle better, they're more durable. I did not get the UV coating because I just didn't think I would need that. And this is just a curiosity on my part, but they're fairly close, right? That's a little darker, his face, hands. But anyway, that's MakePlayingCards. I'll get that out of the way. And I'll put some down here so you can see them and kind of see what's coming up on a future CSI episode, if you could call it that. You'll notice on these the signatures jumping around, Miss Pamela. Okay, so there's those four. And I don't know that I can get these in there, but here are cards that I think possibly are the only cards which have no yellow. But I think whoops. This card goes up here. I got this wrong. So there's that. There's only 3 cards that might not have yellow. Sorry. So those are where the signatures bounce all over, but we'll get to that in the future thing. And here, but I think I'm wrong on 2 of these. The 9 of Wands and the 3 of Pentacles, because there's some yellow, and typically on US game cards, his boots are yellow. So this might be the only card which has no yellow. But anyway, that's a whole other topic for another time. But I just wanted to show and say something about the deck that arrived from the GameCrafter. I'm off to the outside because the sun goes and comes, but I noticed the deck arrived. I think I've got the Anima Mundi. Yes. Which has insects in it, I believe. So with that, I will say